All right, good evening.
Oh,
This
wow.
is the meeting of the Comprehensive Committee. Sorry, I'm looking for power.
Talking to the floor.
I am. We have no power though? Oh, my laptop's gonna die. Sheesh.
Yeah.
That's not gonna help. I didn't bring my cord, I brought my plug, but I don't have there's no power down here.
That's not power.
Nobody, no phone?
Don't worry.
No what? Only the wall, and there's no extension cords. Although there was one over here, but we didn't move.
Is that what I see beside the desk?
Which, over here? No, that looks like the laptop plug.
I think there's one in the closet, Michelle, a gray one on the left-hand side.
Oh, yeah, I see a gray something.
Yep.
Good eyes. All right, apologize to the viewers. Some of the equipment got moved from voting day and trying to find things. So Peg will get word from GM.
Yes, sir.
So Dave, if you want to just take, I think the bylaws are the ones that we had reviewed
Yep, I'm all set.
when we first started.
Yep.
So unless you have any concerns about what we all voted as our bylaws, those are our bylaws going forward, which will be on the, I'll try to get those on the website.
Got a couple of comments.
We have some nits done.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we turn on the light because we don't need that. There we go.
Well, that's okay. We're not gonna project.
We can see the light. Okay. Oh, someone's likes to say hi. Okay. Go right ahead, Don. Which one?
I just thought I'd point out, I don't want to change it, but the charter, let's see if I get this right, refers this actually as where's that? The Comprehensive Plan Commission.
Okay.
But, so I don't know, were we voted as a committee if we?
No, it's Comprehensive Plan Committee. Where do you see commission?
Well, wait a second. Yeah, I think it's in the charter. I saw it today earlier. I'm just pointing it out, we don't have to change it, there's no big deal. Where is it? Talks about,
I didn't bring my charter. It's in my bag.
where?
You can look it up online, I'm sure.
Okay. It's a very minor comment.
There you go.
Oh, okay. In section 4.2. Yeah, it's under, it's a minor point. It points, page 16 of the charter, 4.2.6. It says commissions. I don't know what. Who's on that doggone charter?
I don't know, they need to be.
Charter commission.
synced.
Not me, right? But anyway, it says each committee, commissions are blah, blah,
See,
blah.
but here at 3.5, charter commission.
Yeah, maybe it probably needs, one of these is probably incorrect then, because under the one I was referring to, it just says Comprehensive Plan Commission under 426B.
Under commissions, A, 4.2.6 is charter commission, I see that, it's commission,
Yeah, then go to the next one.
yeah.
Isn't that what we're doing here?
Yeah,
Anyway, all I'm saying is that I think we're a commission,
Yeah, 9.2, a charter commission to be established.
anyway.
Um,
Well, not charter commission, this is a comprehensive plan,
Oh, sorry.
so it's easy to get them mixed up.
Yeah, so in the back of the book, in the back of the charter too, Don.
Does it say commission?
Yeah.
No, maybe that's right then. don't know.
4.1.6 in the back.
Hey,
on
Siri.
page 30,
What is the difference between a committee and a commission?
I don't know.
and a bullet.
A commission is commissioned to do something. To commission equals to be empowered by law to do something. A committee is simply a group of people who get together because they want to, or because that is their occupation or duty, in order to make a decision, find a solution, propose a solution, ask someone else to do something. This answer is from
So this
wordreference.com.
this is a legal thing, so we are a commission.
Okay, so do we want to change bylaws to say commission?
I'd say we should, because we had this problem on,
Okay.
remember that the charter is ambiguous as well with the ordinance review committee. And we
Yeah.
went
Oh,
through
yeah.
that board versus committee, because this charter says that ordinance review is a board in some places, and it says it's a
All
committee
right,
in
so
other
I'm gonna
places.
open up the I have the bylaws for the comprehensive plan commission. How about that?
I didn't notice that until today, so I'm not trying to sandbag it.
No, I appreciate
I
that.
just, why did I do it? I don't know. I must have been totally, no, I was totally interested, so I read it to the, anyway, never,
So anywhere it says committee, it's gonna say for,
well, you got
Commission.
CPC anyway, so that'll fit in the bylaws, that is.
all right, the bylaws only had to change it in two places. Section 1 and the title. I don't see it anywhere else.
Yeah, because you just referenced CPC.
Yep, and I did a search, I did, define, and it says no matches. So I'll search one more time. No matches. So bylaws is now updated to be commission. Is everyone accepted?
Yep.
All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Everyone's in unanimous consent on that one. All right, I'll make sure to I'll put that in a message to the, and then what is comprehensive?
Oh, wait a second, not so fast,
What?
not so fast.
Oh dear.
I'm not done with the bylaws.
Oh, we're not?
No.
Okay,
Uh,
my
On
bad.
on part 3, I should have seen this before, I was sleeping. The first sentence there, it says, the CPC shall consist of blah, 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 shall be residents of the town of Lyman and of the age of 18. I think that should either say the age of 18 or older.
or a minimum age.
Yeah, we said some other words in one of these other wonderful documents.
Do you want to say minimum age of
I think if you add a minimum, I think.
Yeah,
and the,
yeah, I just, again, I didn't. I should have picked
Okay.
this up earlier.
got it?
And, oh yeah, let's see here. Section 4.
Uh-huh.
What did I say? And ABC. Oh, yeah. First sentence, the CPC shall elect a chairman, I would add, and a vice chairman. You have just a comma there that,
Well, I think what I'm gonna do is change it to chairperson,
oh, well, of course, we have to be correct now, so that would be
yeah,
perfect.
and vice chairperson, so let
Correct,
me change to chair.
Thank you for picking that up. I'm sorry I missed it.
I know, no, I got you.
On part 5, where is that?
First sentence of the paragraph below. You got it.
There's a whole bunch of them.
Oh, yeah, there's two things. In the very last sentence on part 5, it says, if a quorum is not present, the meeting, should say the meeting is canceled, or something like that,
Will be canceled.
or will be canceled, whatever. We just need to add a
So
verb in
we're,
there.
I'm still doing chairman person. So what sentence, where are we at the end in?
Last paragraph of 5.
Yeah,
A 5?
Last paragraph, last sentence.
Okay, if a quorum is not present, the meeting,
Will be canceled.
okay.
and
will be canceled.
one other thing, going up 2 little paragraphs in that section 5 under meetings, it says, the last sentence of that particular paragraph says, this does not apply to workshop meetings as described below.
So we need to take that sentence out.
Well, either that or, yeah, we don't talk about,
So, right here, up 5 in section
Oh,
5.
665 down.
Right.
Okay,
Because remember, we had discussed that if the meeting's going to be canceled, the ordinance review committee had said, if there's not a quorum, we're going to do a workshop instead.
okay.
yeah.
But we decided, we're not going to do that. We're just
So
going
we're
to
just
cancel
taking
the
that
meeting.
out.
So
Okay,
take
so
out
just
that.
take that out.
Okay, it's gone.
Good, okay, good. Let's see, what else? What else have I got? Absolutely nothing.
All right.
I'm sorry that I can't find more things. but
I think you did good.
Good job, Don.
I gotta live up to my reputation.
I love a good knit, Dawn.
I know that. But I'm not done.
You're not, well, we're done on the bylaws.
On the
right?
bylaws, yes.
Okay, so I will send the bylaws to everyone with those changes that we made. Is everyone still good with the bylaws as is with the changes we made this evening?
I am.
I think so. I
All right,
think they're fine.
excellent. All right, those are doing those ones for, again, to be posted to our page on the website. All right, so we have comprehensive plan commission. What is a comprehensive plan? That one, Dawn? Is that one you?
Yeah, we don't have a mission statement. I was going to, I don't have any personal,
Well, we haven't, are we on the mission statement or are we on the other document? What is comprehensive plan?
well, I thought you wanted to talk about mission statement.
Yes, today, but you have no nits on the other document?
Well, I don't know where it fits in. I mean, it does,
Well, we made the document, comprehensive plan committee is seeking your input. Please take a moment. What is a comprehensive plan? Why should we have?
blah, 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 yeah,
We
okay.
did all that lovely stuff to
Sure.
have a final, and that was our, so let me get this, so we're now on to,
I mean, but we're not, that's not a document, that's just a,
right,
part of the survey, right?
okay, so now we're on to, first of all, let me see, is the chair, big stuff in here or no?
I'm sorry?
Are there any words that need to be changed in here that we don't know?
Oh, I don't know about this one.
So we have comprehensive plan commission. That's at the top thing I've changed.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, so look up. I'm just looking at committee makers on here. Okay, all right. So we just started this, so we haven't really made a lot of headway. We just took some stuff from like our what is a comprehensive plan committee document and started kind of throwing stuff together. So I'm open to discussion and what we want to talk about and where we are with that.
Well, I thought, didn't you want to talk about mission statement?
Yeah. That's just it.
And I have a mission statement that was from the one in, well, actually, it says comprehensive committee, so it's not quite right. But it's very simple, and I don't have any, let me put it this way. I don't know, I don't even remember the darn thing, but anyway, it's pretty simple. If you want to use it, fine. If you don't want to use it, fine. I just found it in my pile of stuff, so I thought I'd bring it to the meeting. So it's pretty simple. There's what I have.
Can we make copies?
It's just three lines.
Oh, the top.
Yeah, and
I'll read it out loud. The purpose of this committee is to develop an update to the comprehensive plan as follows. To review the 2004 plan considering new developments, changes, and challenges to the town since then. To review and inventory the town assets and develop plans and goals for the future.
I don't have any vested interest one way or the other, but I just thought something simple or maybe obviously corrected to the correct terminology of what we're talking about, but I don't know that we have to go crazy with the mission statement. It's pretty simple. But I think it should be.
I think that it should be, I think this whole page needs to be redone.
Which page is that?
The very first page, the introduction page on
Oh,
the comprehensive plan,
Mhm.
the current one.
yeah. Well, that's fine.
And I was thinking that maybe we could add, different sections. Just like we have here, like Michelle has here on this beginning part.
Yeah,
Like maybe take something as simple
still
as
some of that.
the mission plan,
Mhm.
and then the mission statement rather, under the heading maybe, and then all of these underneath.
So put the stuff that Dawn has, put that on right at the beginning.
Yeah, I think this needs
It
Yeah,
a
needs to
little
be-
more.
As a
Needs to be
start,
touched
yeah.
up some. I
Yeah.
think.
I think it needs a little more beef, but
I just thought something
want
simple,
this
I found it, brought it, so.
I mean, I could say, I could type,
really fast.
that too.
You type faster than I think. Which isn't a surprise, but. We're not on TV, are we?
We are.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be better.
I'll just put it in as like kind of a marker and then we can play with it. This is the 2019, right?
Mhm.
Oh, just so you know, documents have been signed with Southern Maine Planning and monies are being taken care of, so
Good.
it's underway. So I did get that, those emails this past week.
So that will cover which activities?
They're gonna
roughly?
analyze our data for us.
Yeah, okay.
So did you guys get I sent you the statement of work they said they could do for us, so I did send that to everybody. You
Yeah.
received
I
that?
saw that,
Did you
yeah.
receive
Somewhere in the
that?
file.
It's in there, it's in
Oh,
the
yeah.
email.
It's in the email that I didn't get.
No, that was in the previous.
When did
email.
you send it?
It's the one that was a couple weeks ago,
We
that
didn't need
one.
5422.
What address?
Sure.
52422.
What
Well,
address?
Your Dave.
Oh, that's just one of my
Oh,
notes.
You
This
don't
was
have a select
Michelle's.
person
Oh, okay. Then I probably got
That
it.
was the date I was, okay. Never mind. Never mind.
No,
Eh,
The
Yeah,
law.
yeah, I
sure.
think I saw this, I think, yeah.
yeah,
They do it fine.
right.
So is the work that they're going to be doing, like if I went on that state website and started to analyze all that data and looking at Lyman's growth, they're gonna just kind of
They're
pull
gonna
that together for
smooth
our
it
town
for us,
versus how
right.
they have it.
This is
Okay.
their scope. Did you get this?
Yes.
This is their scope, and basically
I
they.
just didn't know where the data was coming from.
Yes, so apparently now the state has what, I think it's 8 months is what it is, where I read somewhere in another form, that when a town requests that demographic data, the state has 8 months to provide it to them.
Yeah, I think I saw that on that, one of the links you sent. me.
Right, and so now we've got the data, just got the data.
Mhm.
Now they're gonna take it, and I don't know if you got the same comprehensive plan. I know we all seem to have different thicknesses, but in the back of the old comprehensive plan, the 2019, the one we're working on currently, do you have all that demographic data?
The whole,
So it's like, it's literally this big.
Yeah.
This is all data that supports the old plan.
Is that the?
Yep.
No, I don't have that.
So pass the pink paper, came with all this in it.
Okay.
I can get
So-
you a copy.
That would be
I'll make-
great,
I'll get a
yeah.
copy made for you. Lindsay might have one too, but, if you wanna take it until our next meeting
That
and
would be
review it
perfect,
until
yeah.
fall.
Because I was
I'll give you a
actually
copy.
reviewing Arundel's and looking how they did their comparisons. and-
Right.
Yeah.
So that data right there, Southern Maine Planning Development and Commission did that for the last committee
Okay.
that was
Yep.
convened. So that, they're gonna take, remember that last meeting that we had, Kimberly, and the
Right.
big stack of information? That's what they're gonna do with it.
Okay,
And they're gonna make the graphs and all that stuff
Mhm.
and give it to us, and then we can kind of run with it.
So I can have a copy made tomorrow, because I'm having dental work done, lucky me. So, whilst I'm sitting there with my face numb, when I get home, I'll make a copy for you. What's really fascinating is, and again, I know there's part of us that just wants to keep it really simple, but then there's the fact that
how about me
things are
again?
exploding all over. Waterboro has a really interesting way they did their commission. And like, for instance, they have a document called Historical and Forecasted Population School Enrollment Analysis Town of Waterboro. And it was prepared by the 2020 Master Planning Committee. And it's really fascinating, like what they give for information in here. Like the households from 1980 to 2010, they have everything. It's like from a data poll like we got that they're gonna analyze for us. But it's really nicely done in a very nice report. And, you know, we're gonna be getting a lot of this information from Southern Maine Planning pulled for us. So like they have projected school enrollments from 2014 through 2025, 26. Whether it's gonna be on track or not, you might be able to tell. And this is on their website. If you go to their website, comprehensive plan, it's all in here. They have,
Yeah, it's all broken
it's
out.
all broken down by chapter. It's kind of fascinating. But they have like a recreational facilities chapter, a village planning chapter, and it's really neat because they actually do overlay maps and show where people want things to go, like kind of from information they've received from surveys. We've gotten a lot of surveys about people want a village, they want a place to go have a coffee with a friend that's not a chain, you know, a place for people to walk trails. We don't have that.
We
So-
will.
We will. We're heading that way. We're heading that, but we have it on a map and shown. That's kind of what Waterboro did, and they are following their plan. It's very evident with how they're developing their town. They really are using their comprehensive plan.
Yeah.
You know,
So I just want to just clarify, your suggestion, taking it, you know, this part out of it, the
Yes.
computer or what's going to
Yes.
be online out of it.
Yep.
As far as the actual document, once we get all that smooth data back
Yeah.
from SMPDC, basically we break it out.
Mhm.
And instead of this being, what is it, 12-page document here, 9-page document.
Right.
We now take the housing data, for instance, and put it into the housing section.
Yes.
We take the education part and put it in the education section.
like,
So
this is the
basically, our
villages of
document
Waterboro.
becomes a much bigger document.
No, don't have a heart attack, but this is,
Why are we
this is
doing
their
it?
villages
I
section.
mean, no, I'm just asking, I mean, part of the comprehensive, well, of course, remember, I'm cynical, right? And I
Yes,
don't
and that's
know that
totally
many
good.
people,
We love you for that,
I
Don.
don't know that many people read the comprehensive plan. It's okay, but I'm not saying they shouldn't. I'm not saying it shouldn't be a good plan. But is one method better than the, as far as readability, you want to have a document this big?
Well, it doesn't have to be like, for instance, they do like nice, it's just nice graphics, people, like,
Yeah.
maybe they'd be more apt to read it and understand. I think when we have a town man, like Waterboro has a town
Assistant.
assistant.
Administrative.
Administrative assistant, we have a town manager. I
Right.
think that's where they were able to do this, where, you know, it's not data, it has some cute little pictures, which again, to get people to engage, to get them to see, to be a part of, they need some visuals in there besides words.
That's
I
why
agree with
I
that.
suggested.
I agree with that.
This
This is only
document,
9 pages and a lot of it's pictures. So I'm just
How many
saying,
pages is it altogether?
I don't know, because they're all in different chapters. They don't have, I don't think they have a combined, do they?
well, I'm sure there's a printed version of the
Yes.
document, but I'm
Um,
sure that online, instead of just pulling one document, they break it out so that if you want to just look at the housing section, you know what I mean?
So it'll all be like, if you were interested in housing, then you'd go on the town website. You
And you
look
could
at
go
the
to the
plan, and you
click
look at
of
the
it.
housing section.
Right.
Yeah, they have a village section, they
Yeah.
have, they have recreational
That makes more
section.
sense.
I think it does, and I think especially where we're trying to develop Bungana, and we have Kennebunk that's been improved, we do have recreational facilities that are coming. You know, where everyone's talking about the ordinances being updated and changed, just like, you know, to bring them current. I think that, you know, having a plan that they're kind of following.
Well, the only thing I would think is, I mean, again, you gotta take a little cynicism here, but, the current comprehensive plan has, you know, objectives, et cetera, not using the right terminology, and it gives action items, right? It gives action items to the same old groups, and nothing gets done,
That's
in
right.
most cases, nothing gets
I
done.
think that changes because we have a town manager now.
Well, okay, but depending on how this is formatted, I mean, if the actions are shown somewhere where you can, keep track of them or something, I mean, I don't know, I guess it depends. I mean, I'm not against a larger format. If it's more user-friendly, then that's the way we ought to go. Because we're really trying to
Well, you
produce
know,
something people look at.
I don't know why there couldn't be a community committee after this that kind of dabbles with the comprehensive plan and oversees like things that are going on in Lyman and kind of does a quarterly review. Kind of like the budget committee does a quarterly review. Why couldn't there be a committee plan where they have like a quarterly review on what's up?
Well, we had suggested at the last meeting as well that ordinance review committee was gonna put something in the zoning ordinance
Mhm.
that required us to at least look at it every now and again.
Yeah.
But what I was saying, to your point, Dawn, about, nobody reads this.
Well,
I think that's why, though. I literally
Yeah.
think that's why. And with the changes that we are pretty sure are gonna be coming, I think that it's good to have more information in this for something, as we were just saying, if zoning were to be changed or something like that. It's a document that we can refer people to
Yeah.
and say, go online and look at the housing section on the comprehensive plan. Look at all that demographic data that suggests this is what we need to do in our ordinance.
I mean, actually, there's a lot of info in the comprehensive plan if you read the, let's say, the enclosures. But it's not maybe in the best
Yeah,
format
and
that they
I
can
mean,
read.
like the introduction page here, this is as dry can possibly be. And I just don't think anybody reads it because of that.
And it's also a different lingo, shall we say, compared to how maybe people word things today.
Yes.
So I did use gilding
You
the
look at me
lily.
again?
Hey, I used gilding the lily, so I'm still dating myself, and I think I used yada, yada, yada the other day. So,
Anyway, okay, I don't wanna waste everyone's time, but I'm just thinking, again, if it's more user-friendly and maybe we're just going to where, and it's probably good, people will just go online and read it as opposed to looking at a hard copy, because it's gonna be pretty thick.
well, and I kind of like the way they did it, they did it in chapter two, the reason being, like, they have a hospitality and tourism chapter. We don't need that, because we're really not I think we'd all be from the nearest street, we even suggested that here. But that's not what we're suggesting, that's not how our town is based. Maybe it's a farming community or like a farmer's market community chapter or something. They have a section on natural resources and open spaces. They have a whole demographic on like watersheds and their water system, because they do have, they have a water,
Watershed.
yeah, they have a water.
Protected water area.
Well, they have town water.
Oh,
Some areas
well, yeah,
can.
which we don't have.
We don't, so we don't need that. So even if they have a ton, we don't need a ton, but I think taking their model, so maybe nature interests someone. Maybe this, they can pick what interests them and read it.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-oh.
I think it's important. I hear what you just said, but when it comes to like a water resource, we should be identifying it and figuring out what protection we may need for
Especially with changing.
15 years from now, when everybody's well dries up and we got one left, we might want to know where to put it.
That is.
I move all sound effects are made with these speakers.
That is actually, I don't want to open up a can of worms here.
But I think we can do that in the land study,
Well,
but
I actually think, I really believe there needs to be an environmental section
I do too.
in our plan, in our comprehensive plan. There absolutely has to be. Whether that happens now or whether we wait till the state forces us to do it. But what we know is that when 1976 comes back, because we know it will, it's gonna have to be redone. If we don't put it in now, it's gonna be the next commission starting that environmental section from scratch. If we have an environmental section in now, and if we add one now, we know that there's at least a chance that we could get our comprehensive plan approved by the Department of Ag, in turn being eligible for grants. But if there's not an environmental section in
Yeah.
here, there's no way.
Exactly. That's like a super important part. And again, it's like versus us reinventing the wheel. Again, there's towns that have already kind of done it for us and have had some, a lot of work and planning gone into them. So I don't know why we can't.
Steal, plagiarize.
You said,
No,
I
I
don't know
mean,
why we
if there's
can't.
something useful, take it.
And plug our
Saves
information in.
time.
Isn't that the ultimate compliment?
Yes, it is.
It is.
Plagiarism.
But they
You must have heard that
have,
before.
let me see, what's that? They have, economic development chapter, but there's just a lot in here. I mean, open space and natural resources, that's where they have the watershed information in theirs. And they lay it all out, where they're actually showing where contaminated water sources are already, they're already showing that on the map.
Well,
That's
I,
something we should have, hopefully.
We have,
I realize they're talking about habitat.
Yeah.
I'm talking about potable water,
Yeah, no, they are too
you
in
know?
some of theirs.
Okay.
And that's some of the data that was in, I don't know if you were able to go down some rabbit holes on
yeah,
that site.
I think we have 3 in
Oh,
Lyman. We have 3 places that are public water sources, correct?
Well, supposedly, way back when, I mean, I have no idea, but this area was some sort of subsurface,
Well, it
rich
was.
water hole.
I can say that for sure because when I was a child in the village, we all pulled from this.
Yeah.
And all the old guys used to go out and beat on the well pump when it wasn't working but it supplied the entire village.
Mhm. But now it's
I'm
not
sure
drinkable though, either, right? It's not potable. I
Uh,
understand.
Nothing's drinkable anymore without filtration.
Yeah, ours is all rust.
Yeah. But this is what happened with the ordinance review, and you both know this. This is what happens. It becomes this overwhelming thing when we think of it from way up high.
Yeah.
So really, the only thing we can do, I feel, is start here. Start with the introduction. Let's get the introduction and say, let's fit all this stuff, plagiarize a little bit, put it all in, instead of having just one 2-page document with all this typeface, add the headings, add what we want to say, and then by the next meeting, hopefully we'll have some of that smooth data, hopefully. If not, then we just start looking at the different sections. I mean, we've got 8 sections here, and we're gonna have to take those sections with that smooth data and
Put them in.
put them all in to there. And it could be that simple. I don't know that we're gonna get a digital copy of that smooth data, do you?
I'm assuming we will, because I don't
I
think they're
hope
gonna
we
print anything out.
And then we could just like cut and paste, I would
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
you
Hopefully they'll
know?
give it a format that you can, that one of you guys, not me, can
Yeah.
manipulate it,
Right.
in some sort of a.
So that's what I think we should do, but.
Yeah, so you want to go, just, you said you do kind of a mission statement and then start that whole forward section and.
I think
go
this
for
should
it?
be this.
Yes, I agree with you.
And I think we should, this introduction, I think we should read this together as a committee and see if there's anything that is important that needs to come over to our new one. Obviously, the first page is gonna change and the names and all of this stuff, but table of contents is gonna change, that we do at the end. But I think that introduction page, we should just hammer that out and add, I mean, the mission statement goes there, correct?
Yeah,
So
that's how I feel.
take this introduction page and put all this in it. Not obviously now is what I'm talking about, but take this introduction page and say, oh, that's important, that should stay in here. And because this is gonna have to be restructured completely.
I know, and I don't know if I have that one on this computer, that's I'm like, oh crap.
Oh, you don't have this,
I don't think it was
Document.
digitized, so I'd have to retype it.
We don't have a
anyways,
working
that's why
draft.
I don't think we have a working
What?
Word document on that.
Are you sure? Comprehensive.
do we not,
Do we? If it could be on my other computer.
Is it
so
on the,
give me a
what's on,
second.
what's on the town website? Is it PDF?
Oh, wait, I changed computer. You don't want to. Oh, I think I have it right. Wait, I might have it. I have a new computer, so, no, that's not it. Oh, yes, it is, right here.
there you go.
Okay, I have it, because we started changing, the red is where we started changing.
Yeah.
So I started doing things, look at me.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right, so I do have it on here. All right, let me save it in a different spot, so I don't.
Are you getting it from the website or you getting?
No, I have the one that we started on where I did like, I updated the
Oh,
dates.
uh-huh.
Like we're changing the 2024,
Oh,
2019.
yeah, gotcha.
Save a copy, browse. So I do have it. Phew. It was an import from my old computer. That's all. This one's newer.
I think it's right in your Google folder because I printed it off.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
Another one bites the dust there, Don.
Yeah, this is just a reader.
Oh, man.
I've been fooling with it too much off the throat. I think I'll give it.
Just use it as a monocle.
Good.
You know, just pop one out and use it as a monocle.
I'm all set, no problem.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll just change the date on it every time.
Okay.
Okay.
Roll it.
All right, so introduction. So you want to literally go through this and then we'll say, decide what's staying, what's not, and then.
Yeah, and then we can merge this one
Yes,
with this one.
yes.
That's what I think.
So is still, we'll start off saying introduction?
I don't think it should.
I'll just-
I just think it should be kind of like,
Comprehensive.
comprehensive plan,
Do you think any of
just
this,
comprehensive plan,
Commission. Comprehensive plan.
comprehensive plan.
Town alignment, how about we do that?
town line. DOL.
do you think any of this history in here is any of any use?
That, I think we should go through that and
Yeah,
decide for sure.
there's some-
I think some of
So
it's
first
important.
paragraph, the 2024 comprehensive plan is an update of the two.
Oh, yep,
I
yep,
had
yep.
changed, that's right.
Okay.
Is an update of the 2019 comprehensive plan currently in use by the town of Lyman. This updated plan will be a guide for managing town affairs for the next 10 years. This plan will serve as a legal foundation for the town ordinances and zoning regulations. Keep going, what?
Well, what have we got on this document? Oh,
A CP is a roadmap that describes the town's vision for what it hopes to become or retain over a period of time, typically a decade. Topics addressed in a CP generally include housing needs, economic opportunities, open spaces and natural resources, historic and cultural resources, transportation, and future land use. Maine state law establishes standards for CPS. This provides statewide consistency while allowing communities flexibility to address their specific needs. The town of Lyman has a CP which was approved in October 2019. Much of the detailed data, demographics, economic, housing, land use, fiscal, transportation, etc., is based on outdated information. The town has requested assistance from Southern Maine Planning for development. That part probably doesn't need to be in there.
What the town has,
The town has requested assistance from Southern Maine Planning and Development Commission in providing data, updated data by use of the administration and the CPC in drafting an updated CP for submittal to town voters for approval.
yeah, that does.
That probably doesn't need to be there, and an updated CP will also assist and revise. I don't think that needs to be in there either. I think taking what is a comprehensive plan in the first two paragraphs could come in here, maybe and replace the
Yes.
one that's there.
I agree.
Um,
And I think that first paragraph, so if we take
So
the
after-
first two paragraphs on this page, you guys with us here? These first two, and replace it with that first paragraph in introduction.
I think I would keep the first sentence
Yep,
and then go from there. Does that make sense?
yes.
Okay,
So I wish we had the monitor, that bums me out. Okay.
I wish I had you highlighted.
I'm gonna do it in a different color. Do you want me to strike through what we're removing?
Yeah, can you, would you mind if you did yellow
Well,
for
so
strikeout?
I'm gonna strike out that. And I'm gonna leave it in a different font and change the font color for the new, to red, the stuff we're putting in. Does that work for everybody for right now?
if you send it to me.
Sure.
If you send it to me on a computer and I can look at it, sure.
Okay, so this is kind of what it's gonna look like. If it's black, it was already
Yeah.
there. And then I struck through what was there
Yeah.
that we're gonna remove.
Yeah.
So so you're gonna see everything as is and inserting in red.
Right.
It's okay,
Make sense?
it's okay.
Or do you want me to underline it? No,
I've got too much in my brain because I've got the colors down pat and ordinance reviews.
Yeah, I-
Now I'm
so
like,
why don't I
If
underline
you-
it then
If you're
instead?
taking stuff out, I would strike through it.
I did.
if you're taking it out,
If
you
I'm
strike
adding it
through
in.
in yellow. Or no, red, sorry, I'm yellow.
I just do black.
Okay.
Strike through.
Yeah, and then underline new things. I mean,
Underline
that's
new
what-
things? All right.
That's what, is more of a, I won't say it's a standard thing, but
Yep, we can
usually
underline
strike
new
through is
stuff.
strike through and then
Yep.
underline is
So
new.
let me
Yeah.
underline if it's new. Keep it black.
You actually took out some other stuff, right, in that first paragraph, but you just removed it,
Down here.
this updated plan. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, strike through is down there. Yep.
Regulations.
No, this is, like, this was changed. I mean, the dates, I'm not gonna show that we're striking through. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna, because that's kind of like, we had to, do that. I'm not gonna worry about the dates. So anyways, so we struck that. So then we go to the next paragraph. The intention of the comprehensive plan committee,
Commission.
well, I'll just do the intention of the CP, because that's where we abbreviated it to. Are we doing that here as well?
Mhm.
It saves work, we should.
Was to gain an understanding of our town government and seek a consensus of the majority. I feel like this is so wordy. I think the why section maybe should be next. The why should we?
Yeah, this is not gonna be
think
relevant
it's-
anymore.
Yeah.
The committee held
No.
public meetings, a public hearing, and provided surveys at the November 2016 election.
Yeah, this is all a history.
Yeah,
This
this
is sort of a
is,
history
that,
statement.
I think that can go.
Yeah, I don't
So
think
strike
that's-
that whole next paragraph?
Yep.
All right, let me go over here. So the intention down to citizens, I'm striking, correct?
Correct.
All right, strike through people. Love a good plan. All right. One of the key findings of the committee was that the majority of residents want to maintain Lyman's semi-rural and and small town lifestyle. A majority also want to develop and protect conservation land that will be open to the public. In response to this feedback, it is suggested to start a land trust or conservation committee.
That one, I feel it needs to be changed and updated, but I think something similar should be like some of the results of our survey.
Right.
Yeah.
That's,
So,
in the end, the land study will be a land trust.
so do you want me to just put some
Yes.
stars next to this paragraph for now? We're gonna rework
Yeah,
that
like a
one?
table kind
So
of
I'll put,
thing.
need to work. I put 3 stars and I put need to rework this paragraph.
Sounds like, Good.
That way we're not having to think off the top of our head right now, peeps.
Right.
All right. The town amended zoning in 2014 to allow residents in the residential zone district. I can't talk tonight.
this is all history here.
Yeah, do we want this in here?
I don't think so.
I don't
I don't
think we
think it
need
is.
to
I
have.
So-
don't think it helps anything.
I don't think it is. So from the town down to for the future.
Yep.
I'm striking.
Get rid of it.
All right. Regional planners.
That's gonna go too.
That should, yeah, or updated.
Because
or-
that will be other
Yeah,
information we
well, we're
get.
just gonna, I don't even think it needs to be in here, do you?
No.
Because it's gonna be, you're gonna have,
That should be covered in the data.
yeah, correct. I don't think it needs to
So
be.
you may have something like that in
Yeah.
that section.
And then I had already stricken out the next 2 paragraphs. Our municipal government structure is lean down to.
We
the
got too
two
many
par-
select people.
Yeah. So from our municipal down to the next 2 paragraphs in the trend over, those 2 are already stricken out. We struck those last time we worked on this.
Yeah.
So those are already gone. Okay, as new subdivisions are being developed, this plan asks for subdivision projects and commercial projects to contribute to Lyman's infrastructure. It also asks that regulations require developers to provide water. I don't know why this, does anyone find that pertinent to an intro?
Well, I think that's pertinent because it's part of the subdivision standard, isn't it?
Yeah, well, actually, the subdivision standards now require the houses to be sprinkled.
Right.
Before, there was a requirement for cistern, if you want to call it a cistern, holding tank.
Which is still in our ordinances.
No, it's not in the zoning ordinance.
It's in the subdivision ordinance.
I'm sorry, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
the subdivision ordinance though requires the doesn't have the cistern in there anymore. The subdivision doesn't. It has.
That was one of my questions on the,
Yeah.
and that's not our meeting here, but,
Well, no, I didn't bring.
that was one of my questions on the subdivision that's going in town, and I was told that, oh, that's not supposed to be in there, and it is.
Well, okay,
Page 37,
what does it say?
underground storage for fire.
What does it say?
It says, let's see, The developer shall provide for the construction of underground storage facilities for fire protection. Size and the number of facilities required shall be determined by the planning board based on fire department recommendations.
Well, then, okay, but it also says that the buildings have to have
Sprinklers.
sprinklers. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but when I questioned that, they
Yeah.
told me that, oh, it was a typo.
Because I think, well, I'm not
I would
sure.
think, well, why would you take that out of there? How,
Well, in my
Yeah,
question,
you're right.
you may not have enough water.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're
or
right. I'm
if
wrong.
they turn the power off, the sprinklers aren't gonna
Don't-
work, are we
Don't tell
required?
anybody, but I think I'm incorrect.
Ladies and gentlemen,
No, the brain
I just
missed
saw
that one. No, yeah, we added sprinklers, but the cistern is supposed to be, anyway, there was a big discussion on this on a.
On the cluster
I
house
better not
on my
say, I better
road,
not say anything.
you
about
guys
that.
agreed that you didn't need to have it.
Yeah, we had long discussion.
Yeah.
But it is, but you're right, we don't have any town water, so
Right.
the fire department has a number of places where they have hydrants. But like in my subdivision, we have, I think it's 10,000 gallons, 5,000 gallon tanks right across the house, street from where I live, which have water, and they check it periodically. But we don't have, our houses are not sprinkled.
Right.
So,
I
But a
think
lot of towns that are requiring sprinklers are requiring that houses also have generators. Because if the power goes out,
You're out
the
of luck.
sprinklers don't work, so now you've taken away the water source that your town is required.
And most people's ability to afford it. But anyway,
So do you
Yeah,
want,
on
do
this,
you want this marked as it needs to
I
be
think it
worked?
needs to
I
be.
think I was
more.
just told I was
Yeah.
right, but they still approved it
All right, so I'm
when I
gonna,
came to the public hearing.
I'm gonna leave
Yeah,
that
okay.
paragraph there for
Thanks for
now,
bringing it up. Thanks, that's good.
all right?
Yeah, this
And
needs to
then
rework.
I'll leave that and say needs to be reworked, and then what we did, so we'll leave that there about this as new subdivision people, that's a
Yeah.
rework paragraph we're gonna.
Yeah.
After that, the next 2 paragraphs we already stuck through.
Oh, we did.
Yes,
Okay.
we did, the town adopted and the town adopted.
Yeah,
Those
those
2
are more
paragraphs
his-
are both gone.
Okay.
More historic.
Yeah, and then the next one is there, the committee discussed the need of our aging population and possibly the need for a facility where residents can age in place. This would require a zoning amendment to increase the density of dwellings allowed per lot. The committee also discussed ways to keep our youth living in Lyman instead of moving away. This might also be accomplished by allowing apartments to be constructed on smaller lots. Do you want me to just say needs to be reworked?
It
Yeah, it needs to be
definitely
there.
reworked. It's
Yep.
not a big.
Yeah, we're just gonna do need to rework. We're not gonna worry about the
Yep.
rework tonight, but I think
Right, right.
flagging and getting this kind of
This is good.
shimmied up here.
Yep.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a second. We'll have how do I say this? All the crap that's underlined and struck, I'm gonna make it easier so we kind of see what we have.
Yep.
So you'll have 2 working documents, ones that shows all the strike-throughs, ones that kind of shows the completion that we're aiming
Yeah.
for.
Yeah,
Are
like
these
a-
gonna be in
right.
Word or?
I'm doing them Word unless you want, I can do both.
No, Word's better as far as I'm
Okay.
concerned.
Word's fine with everybody?
Yep.
All right, so that I have that is slated for, needs reworking. Now, as of the writing of this plan, is that in the original one?
Yep.
Okay, for some, I have it in green, so I'm not sure. The York County Sheriff's Department, I struck through
Mine
state
says-
police.
Right. State police.
Provide law enforcement coverage of Lyman. And then I struck out the last, there hasn't been a demand for additional police coverage. That work for everybody still?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll leave that as is, that's handy dandy. I gotta do the, is it your, I gotta underline this one because we added this. Underline. Okay, then I have an orange paragraph, so I'm not sure why the hell of orange, but, oh, heck, sorry. There is a desire, is that?
Yeah.
Okay, there is a desire to reduce cost of trash removal. The committee discussed ideas to encourage the town to investigate new and inventive ways to reduce solid waste. I think they can be reworked, and we have an Eco-Maine representative, so I think we can be a little more
Yep.
dedicated in the way we talk about that.
Yep.
So I'm gonna put needs to be reworked.
Yep.
And I can, I think we can come up with a better paragraph than that for, what's happening with our, recycling. And then I struck through 3,400 voters listed in Lyman.
What do we have to?
I don't know why, because I'm not sure what we have.
More than, Oh,
4,000?
3,400 voters.
Voters.
Voters is different. I
Different
thought-
from
I think
I have to
it's like
verify
half.
that.
I think it's like half of our population
I think our,
are registered.
isn't our population over 4,000?
It
It's
is
4,400.
Just
Yeah.
over here.
Oh, I thought it was 4,400.
Yeah, I think it is. 40,
And
no, I think it's
that's
around
not
40.
Registered voters.
No, so we need,
That's
we
just
need-
population.
so it
Correct.
needs to be reworked because we're gonna need that information.
Yeah,
So,
I'm pretty sure it's like 2,700.
yeah.
registered voters.
And then I have, for some reason, less than 50 is stricken
Yeah.
out. I don't know
I
why.
don't know why that needs to be in there.
I just said voters have attended some of our annual town meetings to determine a budget where ultimately the tax rate is determined. 7 million is stricken, and so is less than 50.
Yeah, I don't see where that adds.
I don't think, I think that's just like a, I
That's sort of
think
a-
that's a
Yeah.
inciting,
It's sort of like
it's a,
stick it in your ear, you know,
Okay.
you're.
yeah.
Poke in the bear.
I think it's an incite, I think it's a stir the you know what
Mhm.
phrase.
Yeah.
I think that was a little, so we're not gonna leave that in there. And then as far as the 3,400, I did strike through because we need to find out what that number
Right
is.
number.
And I'll put, I'm just gonna put get correct number. Okay. And then the comprehensive plan committee, commission.
That definitely needs to be
I'll just
reworked.
say the CPC.
Yeah, that's a little,
It's kind of flat.
well, I mean,
Encourage, oh, I don't wanna do that, I keep doing that. Okay, whoops. Four, I gotta forward it to the big one. Okay, the CPC, I'm gonna start for that. And this is another needs to rework, correct?
Mhm.
Need to rework this paragraph. Encourages fellow citizens to participate, blah, 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 blah. So, before we get to the economy section, so I think at this point, I would like to probably, the Wyshua Wyman updates comprehensive plan and the binding part, I'd like to slap that in there,
Mhm.
right below. Does that work for everyone? And that will be kind of
Below.
below this final needs to rework.
Oh, okay. I see
At
what
the
you're saying.
end,
Where
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
encourages fellow citizens
Yes.
below that.
where after evolves.
Yep.
Okay, is that okay with everyone?
Yep.
And if we decide we want it in a different place, we
See
can
what
put it
we
in. a
get.
different
Yeah, we
place.
can move it around.
But I think the why
afterwards if
should,
need
why,
be.
why it should be updated.
Yep.
Should be in there, so.
Yep.
And we can make it more current in its phrasing, if that makes any sense. I think I'm making sense saying that.
We can worry about formatting later.
Yeah. I just want,
well, actually, I sort of like, in a sense, it isn't a bad idea the way that's its headings, because it draws your attention a little more.
Exactly,
than just
that's what I
paragraph,
think.
Paragraph,
That's
paragraph. 'Cause people
absolute, like this.
glaze over.
yeah.
I
It's like-
absolutely.
Yeah, it's like
think
we're a
that.
Christmas Sam with a little extra glaze. Maybe some cherry in there too, I'm not really sure.
Like, you guys are so good with computer, et cetera, you can put in, well, no, I'm serious, you can make it more user-friendly. And possibly
Yeah, I
make it
even,
more.
like, I said, even like the
people will
blue
look at.
colors, it just adds a little pizzazz to it, that just kind of is like, oh, it's not just a humdrum document, not everyone wants to go to law school, not everyone wants to, you know, they just want to understand what they're reading and how their government works simply, without being confused and going, huh? So anyways,
Okay.
okay, does that sound,
That makes some
that-
that
does
makes
that-
sense to me.
Yes, but I had one thing that I wanted to add to,
Yes.
that I thought was important. What is a comprehensive plan? I saw this on another one, the Wells Comprehensive Plan, actually.
sorry.
And it's this one part that reads, while a comprehensive plan is not a zoning ordinance, land use regulations must be consistent with the plan. And I feel that's important to put in there because I don't think that people understand that that's where our ordinances come from. They just think that this is a plan
Mhm.
and they don't realize that the ordinances are how we put the plan into effect.
Sounds good.
Okay, so where would you like from here? Ben?
I think it should go
Towards the top.
under what is a comprehensive plan.
So towards the top.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna nestle that in right under,
This plan will serve as a legal foundation for the town ordinances and zoning regulations. in that area.
Yeah, we should.
Where is that?
First paragraph, last line.
We took that out.
We took that out.
That's sort of what Peg
So
is
right
saying
after
though.
that?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it after specific needs, I'm gonna put that paragraph in, okay? Does that work?
Yep.
So from where, Peg?
Right here, the bold.
We could later decide if we're going to add in something about like reviewing it quarterly, whatever. That might end up fitting in right there too.
Uh-huh.
A review of the plan,
I think it's
Yeah.
a good idea to have a
biannually or quarterly,
quarterly,
whatever. you know,
By-
To look at.
whether it's the zoning
Decide.
ordinance committee that reviews it, or they do a
Qu-
committee.
Quarterly might be a little aggressive.
Right,
How about
biannually. or-
biannually?
Yeah.
And it could be the select board that reviews it, or the ordinance review committee that reviews
I
it.
think that there is a perfect spot for that. In section 1.5 of the zoning ordinance, and it talks of the purpose of the ordinances. I think that ORC needs to put something in there that adds that.
They review the comprehensive plan to see if they're on task for what,
Right.
where everything's going, what the plan was, and.
Yeah.
So they're staying right on, there's always, the eyes are on it, instead of disappearing for 10 years.
Right.
And then everyone goes,
And
"Yeah,
the
comprehensive plan."
ordinances combined with a charter that combine with a comprehensive plan. Like,
Right.
Do they all,
So
Well,
almost
yeah.
like when a new person comes on an ORC, you have the Bible, you have the chapters, you have, here's the ordinances, here's the
Right.
comprehensive plan, be familiar with both, have them
Right.
both on hand.
Right.
So if there's any question, oh, the CPC talked about this,
Mm.
does this go in line with that? Or maybe we need to think about this, because this area was, so I think that's a really good idea.
I
There
really
needs
do,
to be-
because I think that historically, these are just two separate documents.
Mm.
And
And they're really
nobody
not.
really puts them together and says, oh yeah, this says this, so we need to change this in this document,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa for that matter. But I do think for sure that the biannual review even would be great.
I do think with that review, when you look at what other towns are, even just voting on yearly.
Yeah,
That's where those little changes can be pushed forward to be voted on so that everything is always updated. I mean,
yeah.
my daughter said they had 114 things to vote on in York.
Wow.
And, they got a whole book on it. And it was making all those little changes in their ordinances and,
Yeah.
they had 114
Instead of
items to vote
piecemeal.
on.
And that's
Wow.
probably gonna be something that comes to pass. I wouldn't be
Mm-hmm.
surprised if that comes to pass in Lyman, just because they'll be pushing things to town meeting if we can't, if we gotta wait 2 years, get it to a vote at town meeting.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
And that's.
Right,
gonna
if
be
you're
a lot.
constantly reviewing, you're constantly updating.
Yeah,
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
and right now it
Exactly,
just needs a
Kimberly,
whole
that's exactly
super
right.
overhaul,
Yeah.
All right, so do we feel like we got the intro kind of little on its way?
I like it.
All right, so I'm gonna say, there was something else I wanted to talk about today.
Going back to the amount of voters, you think there's only 2,700? Back in 2019, there was 3,400
I
voters.
think registered, I don't think they parsed out the difference, Dave, honestly. I think that maybe they took the town population, not realizing
Age
that
group,
the
you mean?
population is not necessarily the registered voters.
Oh.
Well, surely we must have that.
Yeah, we do, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would hope.
Drawing contest.
I know. Oh, yes, that's what I was gonna say. So, we have this awesome comprehensive plan we're doing. But if you look at the front of our little thing here, we have lovely little pine trees that are stamped everywhere, but we were thinking maybe just to kind of get people involved and aware of a plan that's going, is to have a contest drawing for the front page of the comprehensive plan.
I'm in elementary school.
Like Lyman or high school, even junior high, put it out, because you could even have something on the front and back, or like it could be a module.
Mhm.
It'd be a compilation, just having, our local youth or youths, or even maybe there's a college student that wants to.
Or you could do an aerial photograph of everything, and then when you turn the page, it looks like something else. It could happen.
Like the back of a Mad magazine.
You have to have some bad folding skills.
You
for
just
that.
gotta fold it a little bit.
Or a map that's not cranes.
There's nothing wrong with
And
Alfred
flip, and
E.
if you
Newman.
look at this nice map,
You got
Yep.
some more imagination than I do.
So, I mean, what do you think? You think the map, or do you think like a contest, or what's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, you're gonna get people more involved and it potentially with a contest, you know? But you also may fall flat and get nobody.
Right, I mean, school's starting up soon. God help us all. I know, I looked at my list of supplies today.
Although, personally, I think whatever you do, it should be geared toward the younger generation,
That's why I feel
you know,
London
because
Elementary
that's what
is
we're
our-
preparing this for. I mean,
Right.
you know,
Or
obviously,
maybe they get the inside of the page, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Where it's a more finessed
Mhm.
picture on the front, and then something from the elementary school could be on the inside cover. The kid
Like,
could
I mean,
really-
this looks pretty good, but you know, it's just kind of.
It, like on the charter commission, it was like, there was that thing of pine trees and a quote from, was it Shakespeare?
Yeah, yeah.
And nobody knew how or why it was there. And we didn't even know it was pine trees for a really long time.
Yeah, we didn't. it took
Nobody
us
knew
a
what it
long time to
was.
figure
It
it
was
out.
like, what is it?
Yeah.
So
It's a blob
it's
of ink.
lovely, pine trees are on there, but really, I mean, like Bunganut was the rock people. That's what Bunganut means, it's the land of the rock people or something, is an Indian name.
Well, that's
Um,
appropriate.
a nice picture of the bell. Go up in there and take a nice picture of that bell.
Yeah, it'd be lovely to have that, you know, and have, that would be lovely here, because that's very historic. That'd be really a cool emblem for the town.
Oh, something from the
but
historical
is that
society.
because of the quarry that's there?
I don't know. There's just, we have the history on Bunganut, John, no,
It's a
Steve
granite quarry.
Lord
Steve Lord.
gave us some great history on Bunganut. And like, we got some stuff from the Boy Scouts, so we have some really cool history on it. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, I think something from the Historical Society, maybe for the front page would be really great, or a compilation of anything they have, like maybe Cousins, the Bell, even though Cousins isn't part of the town anymore. Are there other landmarks that I don't know about?
No, it's not.
It's a private enterprise. Whatever,
Let's move on.
So, okay, we got the bell. There has to be other historic pictures. I'm sure the Historical Society has something.
Mhm.
Maybe they could come up with a little compilation of.
I like the Bunganut thing too, with a little history and then maybe with a little futuristic,
Yes,
what it can be,
yes,
you know?
Parkside and Waterside, yep. That would be great. I mean, there's 160 acres over there. You know? Yeah, so that's something we definitely could be putting in here.
Oh, good stuff.
You know, or even there's still nice things that could be done at Kennebec Pond with maybe picnic benches on the other side is, you know, vandalism stops. Yeah,
I like it.
yeah. So, do you want
That's
to
pretty much all we can do.
do like maybe, we could wait till school starts for like a drawing from the, like, the Yas.
From the kids.
But we
yeah.
could hit up the Historical Society for stuff that would be, do you think they have pictures of the bell?
I'd be willing to climb up there and,
They have drone?
well, you probably want to polish it up a little bit,
Yeah.
take some of the pigeon poop off it.
Oh, true story. Is there a lot on it?
Although I don't see many pigeons in,
We don't have.
Maine.
we-
we don't have pigeons in Maine, do we?
that's been approved to proceed to be developed.
Yoga studio.
I'm sorry?
Yoga studio, right?
Yeah, combination of things, but it looks like I'm pretty sure that was finally approved.
So that should be moving forward a little bit, I mean, as far as improving the property, increasing the tax value.
I'm sure if you reached out to Steve Lloyd, he'd be happy to.
Yeah, we can see what he has, but yeah, if you could get a picture of that bell, I think it'd be lovely. I have Photoshop.
I can ask the owner.
Yep, I think that would be great to have any of that. All right, is there anything else we want to try to tackle tonight, or do you want to kind of stop there and let us?
Can I
mull
just
things
mention
over?
one thing?
No.
Have you
Are
guys,
we gonna vote on Dawn talking? No, I'm kidding.
I don't know why I looked at this, but I did. I don't know, it came to me in a brilliant moment, but, Title 30A municipalities and counties, maybe you've all read this.
No.
4326.
I have.
Yeah, it has a lot. I think we're doing everything, but I think, I don't think it has to be referenced, but it might be just worthy to look through it occasionally because it talks about growth management program elements. And I think we're hitting those, but it's sort of the basis for comprehensive plans.
What was it? MSR?
It's 40, it's chapter 187 of Title 30A, and it's paragraph or section, I should say, I guess, 4326. Maybe you've already printed that off in the past, I don't know.
I probably have, like, I don't have my bag with all my,
Oh, no,
I know,
you don't have you probably didn't bring your other car that's full of your stuff.
true story.
Anyway, all I'm saying is that it has a lot of background information. This is a state law that requires, tells what's supposed to be in a comprehensive plan, et cetera. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
this
sure
is a
we're-
great document.
I'm pretty sure we're meeting all that.
Did you have this one, Kimberly?
I don't think I do, but I'll
Just
print it
ref,
out.
I'm just
It's right here, I can forward the,
Just
Just
pointing out
forward it
as
to me and I'll
reference
print it
material,
out.
I
that's
got
all.
it.
Like to mark it up.
This reference.
Yep. I have, I know I just, it's just. it's in
Anyway.
my bag.
Yeah, it's a great
I'm
one.
gonna send it to everybody, just so we all have it anyway.
Yeah, and I'm not sure where, anyway, it talks about things, some of which we've done through ordinances, some of which we haven't done.
I do have it.
But some of it's not applicable because we don't have
Right.
coastal waters and things, but
Right.
not yet. Maybe global warming will bring those in some states,
Yeah.
but not yet. So,
I'd like just a little water.
anyway.
Rain.
There's just a lot of definitions too.
Yeah, a lot of stuff in here, but it provides a little background for what, I mean, I'm not saying this will be changed, I don't know whether this will be changed with, if they change the other requirements for growth, trying to push the towns more.
There's a lot of, in section 4324, there's a lot of, well, it's about the responsibility for growth management. This is a really good document.
Anyway, thought I'd mention it, just so you know that I don't sleep all the time. Just most of the time. Anyhow, that's all I can.
And if are we almost done? So I have information on the land study. I don't know if anybody would be interested in perusing through it and maybe looking at if you have an idea of what may be good. I know Peg and I have been talking about that. You know, I don't know what land you know around town, but this will show you where all the land is, and it may say, you know, I know that from 20 years ago, 30 years ago, that would make a good insert name, whatever it is. So we can start
Earmark a few names?
earmark some of these things. I don't mean to put any more workload on you.
No,
I
think
just,
that's
to
great.
get multiple eyes on it might be a good thing.
Where did that data come from, Dave?
It just between what I did, Peggy did, the surveyor, Lindsay. It's just a compilation of what's,
Oh, is it-
how far we've got it so far.
I'm sorry, but is it town-owned land or? is it
Yes.
something- Oh, I see.
Yes.
So this is an indication of what land the town owns.
Correct.
Oh, I get it.
And so a lot of these lots, and they're all named, and all labeled, you know, where, if it's Buggenut or whatever, it's labeled.
Huh.
But, you know, there's land in there, like the dump has X amount of acres all around it.
Mhm,
To me, that would make a good DPW someday.
mhm.
So we
'Cause when
we name it, and that's where the land trust comes in. So if we name everything, and there's a lot more to naming it. I mean, we'd have to do a little research and testing or whatever, depending on what name goes on it. And then put it in the land trust, and it could be not in the comprehensive plan, but it can be
Reference.
referenced. And, the document that we put together.
Could you please explain the term land trust, what that means?
Well, it would be like the town of Lyman Land Trust. So 20 years from now, 5 people are here saying, hey, let's get rid of this land. What are we doing with this land? Let's sell it. They're not going to be able to. They need to go by, what the trust, that's why we would put it in a trust, and it would be a revocable land trust, but with specific.
But right now, does it require voting at like town meeting to get rid of, to sell land?
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, we'd probably put it in front of the town to show them what we have, what we're thinking. And, I can't imagine, that people, aren't want to save it for the future,
Right. No, I mean, you have to, like I said, if the town grows, you're gonna need to know where you can have, they're gonna outgrow that fire station. Where's the next one going?
Yeah. And there's,
gonna be branches to it.
and there are 3 different spots that the chief looked at, and that's in
And
here.
these are things that we should know and.
But
But right now, is it just a big, as far as town land is concerned, is it just a big list? I mean, it's not on the website or anything.
no.
So this is basically collating the data.
This is what it looks like, and it doesn't have to. It's a daunting task, or it can be.
Oh.
So I don't want thinking that you're obligated to do it, but
No,
I
think
thought
this
maybe
is
if,
fantastic. It goes with what we're doing,
yeah.
really.
Now, eventually, it's going to be a document that will fit or will be referenced.
But I think that, like, this is the first time committees are looking to flow.
Yeah.
Directions are looking to flow.
Yeah.
With data and facts.
So
To a
let me
document.
explain it, if
Yeah.
I may. So the first page, this was presented by the surveyor and the forester.
Mhm.
So these are the areas that the select board approved to be logged.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So if you went to the different, numbers, you'd see which ones that they're talking about, which is the second document down. Okay? Then by the time you get to the blue page,
Oh, wow.
by the time you get to the blue page, that's all the land.
Oh, my gosh.
But you can see, there are already names, on some, the ball field, Bugging Park, things of that nature, But where you have halfway down at 592 South Waterboro Road is 998 is the transfer station. Well, you have, if you look next to that 663 on map 6, lot 63, you'll see the transfer station, but we also own 70. Now, there's no topo on there, but I'm willing to bet that would be decent land to develop for the DPW or, future something,
Yeah.
Things of that
Is Salt Shed
nature.
on 63 or 70?
Say it again.
Is Salt Shed on 63
I think
or
it's on,
70?
I think it's on 70. But it's deceiving. It may not be,
Mhm.
But either way, there's still enough road frontage to get into the back.
Mhm. Wow, landlocked.
Yeah, there's a,
So,
there's okay.
It's interesting.
That piece on map 4, Old Kennebunk Road is a beautiful piece of land. Map 59, lot 59 on map 4. That's a nice piece of land.
What, not 459? Oh, yeah, there's that, okay, road.
Yeah, Old Kennebunk Road, that's the road that Hissong is on.
So I have some labels per se, like DPW, police, fire, school,
Mhm,
housing, agriculture, water district,
mhm.
Kids.
kids, it just, with each one of these, how hopefully the town's gonna look at it, or at least it's my intention, is to try to attach all these lots somehow with a trail system,
Oh,
and, I'm sure there'll be certain, like the landlocked parcels. It's not a matter of just letting them go. You need to look where they sit, because you may be able to do a little right of way, and that may connect with, something else that we own, so that the trail can keep going,
Right, right.
Does anybody, the town doesn't advertise to sell property, do they, very often?
No, we've been talking about it. This is the second year, now, third
But
year.
now the town is required
To do what?
to use a realtor.
Oh, yeah, to market it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I mean, is the town, I guess my question is, problem is, we don't have an overall plan, do we?
Well, that's what we're working on.
Yeah, which is good, because you don't want to give away land you might need.
No,
Or not
that-
sell- I don't
that-
wanna
that's-
give away, you don't want to sell it.
That's exactly what this is, Don.
Exactly.
And
It-
some of this, did it come just from people not paying taxes and stuff?
That's beyond my pay
Oh.
scale.
Well, there's
Well-
some stuff like they don't have any, they're like, it says on here, these need to be researched, because there is no.
Unfortunately.
Everything's going to have to be researched
Yeah.
eventually.
Yes, because unfortunately, there's a new law that's going to be coming in August that requires towns, municipalities who have tax acquired properties
Yeah,
to pay
pay what?
the previous owner. When they sell, they have to
Oh.
pay the person that owned the property.
But you get to collect
You get to
any
collect
back
the
taxes,
tax.
any-
In other words, if you sell it for more than the back
Right.
taxes
So if the
were,
back taxes, just
Plus
a round
interest, I
number,
hope, but-
10,000, let's say if the taxes were $10,000,
Right.
you get to collect that. But if the property is sold for $50,000, the 40 obviously goes to
the previous owner,
the previous owner.
Yeah.
But the problem is that a lot of these properties,
you don't know who the owner is.
I mean, and it requires a lot of deed research.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Who pays for that? The town,
So
probably.
that's the.
which would be reimbursable,
Yeah.
upon sale.
Selling it, yeah.
But this is a huge problem for a lot of towns.
Yeah.
I think it starts August 17th.
But again, that's why if we label it and put it into a land trust and it's owned by the town of Lyman, you don't have to deal with that.
Good. That's good. Any downsides on the land trust? I mean, are there any legalities that,
Well, that's a lawyer question,
yeah,
but I'm just thinking of future Lymanites.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're gonna do a comprehensive plan and we're gonna look 5, 10, 20 years out, well, this is part of that plan.
should be.
Let's find a water source. Let's find a viable school,
Yeah, if you're gonna rebuild the school or something.
place,
And then you
Right.
have, if you look at the maps, and, because I did get into some of the watershed stuff, and even like having the 150 burial grounds we have, they're on the map
yeah.
in here.
Yeah, and
So
that's a
on
good
Here,
use also.
yeah.
You know?
It's like we have, all the historic burial sites that are pin marked inside the data that was collected. all 150 or 100, whatever there are, they're all in there. There's pins everywhere. It's
Yep.
all map. And then you do have, they show some water, they had a lot with watersheds and stuff for data in those maps, but again, there's just so much to dig into. But I think even taking those and being able to overlay those on a map of like, of this with the available land overall, would give a really good, like, taking this and then putting the other pins and information we have on top of it.
Yep.
Will show us, oh, hey, you know, we wanna make sure there's a graveyard over here, or there's a watershed over here that we know from the data we got that we should make sure that doesn't go anywhere,
Mhm.
even if it's small.
Yep.
That type of thing. So there was a lot in there for their maps that I looked at. There's just a lot. But again, they're gonna plot most of the data for us, but I think some of the map stuff might be overlays that we might have to try to put on top ourselves and see what we can do.
I have a question for you, Dave.
Yes, second from the left.
I'm tired, sorry. The second page here that says that these ones would be good, showing which ones would be good for timber harvest.
I didn't hear you.
The second page, timber harvest ones.
Timber harvest.
Yeah,
So do we currently have any lots that are in forestry management? As in, does
Money.
the town get a tax rate cut because these certain lots
Tree
are
growth
in?
program.
right. I don't know.
There was supposed to
I'm willing to bet probably
There
not.
was supposed to be, because the standing red pines down at Bunganut were supposed to be, I think, part of that, because when we did the walkthroughs.
Yeah, but that's shoreline zone.
Right, but it doesn't matter, they can still be harvested, but they're actually too close together now, they're mismanaged right now, they need to be actually taken care of, because now they're just getting diseased and gross.
Yeah.
But there was something to do with that planting, and it was supposed to be maintained and harvested in certain times, and it wasn't.
But
But
some
I don't
of
think
those
they
aren't
have-
necessarily, they weren't in tree growth. Some of it was experimental
Right.
stuff that they planted after
Right.
the fire.
I don't think we have any tree growth management
Um,
plans here,
If you look at some
like
of,
state official ones, because we have one
That we
that's like
get,
that, I
yeah.
know what you're saying. But we get a tax break for it.
the third page,
Yep.
this is what,
There's a couple mentioning timber harvest.
this is what he has been looked at so far. And you can see where,
Potential timber harvest.
Mhm.
Well, we would
sorry.
just have that. If he's saying it's potential timber harvest though, that means it hasn't been harvested.
well, he certainly would look and check the deed and make sure that,
Because we did
he's
do some,
following it.
right? We did do some timber harvesting.
Over in that area, there was some.
It was some harvesting we did,
We did.
yes, for many years,
But it
actually.
wasn't like under a tree growth program,
But
but it was that, it was just a, hey,
A harvesting.
right,
Yeah. Go cut it.
right.
Yeah.
So it's just, there's a lot of good information.
It
Yeah.
is great information.
And, again, I'm not asking you to, because I know you're all working on multiple things at multiple times. But I just thought
But I think it's-
this would be a good committee because we're going to keep discussing it. It's
well,
going to
I think
happen.
This is important to what we're doing.
Yep.
Because I think we're gonna show.
It's the future plan.
Where a village can be,
Yeah.
where you're potentially looking to have different things or different types of housing or developments, or an elderly housing development, or having, apartments, you do have to take that into
Wow.
consideration.
Mhm.
And you're gonna need a bigger fire station, and you're gonna need
Yep.
potentially a place where a drugstore could build. Please no Dollar General or no more, please. I shouldn't say that aloud, sorry. But a variety of businesses that could be for a community. you know,
And the funny thing is the only, you look at things, well, what land can we sell? Okay, if it's landlocked and we make sure that the trails and, you do your proper investigation and it can't be anything but, maybe you harvest and you get some money, maybe you do these things. But if you can come up with areas that are going to eventually connect, it would be such a benefit to the town,
Yep. I'll get I think we have some like kind of preliminary like trail dots for over at Bunganow.
Yeah.
that we have from Bunganow Pond Committee. I'll try to remember to bring that.
Yeah.
To the next meeting, the Boy Scouts, that's the trail they're doing, as well as stuff that we've kind of seen from trail maps that were given to us that the trails used to be there. So, because we're even trying to hook up with Massabesic Experimental Forest, Waterborough would love to see that, because it'd be a fantastic trail system from Lyman into Waterborough all the way through.
Yeah.
One of the things too that I remember the forestry guy talking about was the fact that currently we are being paid for chips.
Yeah.
So there's like 150 acres right here, right now that he's recommending get cut. And we don't know if next year we're going to be having to pay to get rid of chips.
Chips. I love chips. They make a great path,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so we would never pay to get rid of them. If you had to pay to get rid of them, you put them in a pile,
Which is what they do at Bunganow. There's a huge
and
pile
you
across there.
spread them.
They use them every year for
Yeah.
areas over there.
Huh.
I think you're
But
gonna
I
use some
mean,
of the trail
as far
systems.
as maybe we wouldn't have to pay to get rid of them, but it sure as heck would be nice if we did a
Yeah, that's what
harvest
makes them.
when we could make money.
Well,
off our
the forester has started the bidding process.
Oh, good, good.
So
Okay,
that is
That's
moving.
great.
So
That's
hopefully in the next few weeks, I'm not sure how much time he gave them to get back to
Right.
him, but
that's great.
you
One other question, though. Now, when they cut, who says how they cut? Like, 'cause sometimes it's
the
a cut hard, sometimes it's.
no, it's the forester.
It is, yeah.
And is, we want, how we described it is basically every parcel that he cuts eventually is going to look like a park.
Mm,
So, and they know, they'll take the money without disturbing and ruining, everything, and then they'll go in there with a mulcher and anything with any of the skidder trails turn into all the paths,
Right.
Because normally they have a small hand crew that goes and cuts around rocks and things that a skidder can't get around.
Mm.
So they have a small hand crew that does stuff that needs more chainsaw work, but then they have the big machines to do the
Yeah.
big swaths and the big paths.
Yeah.
Who pays these people?
They get paid out of
The
out of the proceeds.
Proceeds of the,
Yeah, they
Yeah.
went over the percentages and stuff like that,
Yeah.
so, I mean, I know like even when we had our parcel done, it's a good deal, when we first built, we had ours done, the whole thing.
Did the forester say anything about the quality? Logs,
Yes,
firewood?
unfortunately, 1947
So
Killed
right
us.
this
hurt
summer.
a lot of people. And that's why, and I have it, I read the study, so we have it somewhere officially. But in 47, it basically scarred the wood. So,
oh,
it's
there's
so
only
small.
so much money you can get for it. So we're probably on the lower quality end, but it doesn't mean it's not worth anything.
Scarred the wood are smaller than you would somewhere where the fire didn't desecrate all trees. They're much bigger. Yeah. No, I think thank you, Dave, so much for bringing this and giving us a copy. I think this is fabulous to go with what we're doing. And I think it's really important as we're looking at a comprehensive plan and looking to do the plan we are. I think
Yeah.
it's really important.
Good. So maybe at the next meeting, if somebody comes up with a few, maybe we can spend 10 minutes and sort of mark one up,
Yes.
you know, that maybe we can give to Lindsay and she'll keep a master copy, that type thing.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, gives us time to look through this and we can talk about things and look at the maps and.
You mean, mark it up how?
Just scribble. That's, I know that property. That has 350 feet of site each way.
Yep.
It's on a good road,
Yep.
blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
That
this
would
is
be
really
good
small.
for assisted housing, you know,
Yeah,
something,
your main
housing in
roads,
general,
yeah,
whether it's elderly
good
housing
access.
or
Mhm.
veteran housing, or, you know, insert name,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
You know, if
I
it's
like it.
near, if it's near, you know, landlocked again.
The landlocked, you know, again, I know it's a knee jerk reaction to, let's just get rid of the landlocked. You really have to look at the placement of it, you know? And you don't want to start a war between the Hatfields and McCoys either,
Right.
because I understand that, you know, maybe only one person can benefit.
Right.
And I guess that would be fine. But there also may be multiple people,
Right.
you know? But that's the way that you can negotiate, well, we'll harvest it.
Yeah.
So the town gets the money. You maintain a right of way. You know, you can have this for a shot dollar, you know, and maybe you connect to something else. So that's why I say that there's probably a lot of discussion
Right.
before we just sell anything, you know?
Person has to understand that when you're selling it, you're gonna harvest it.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause you probably have to get it right away off of them to get into it.
Exactly.
And then, but they own it after the harvesting.
And you don't want to put, you know, and I guess this would also work with what it would actually, the value of it. Somebody has whatever, 6 acres and you have a 4-acre parcel. And, you know, well, they pay $5,000 for the lot. They have a $100,000 lot. That to me is not fair to the town residents.
Shouldn't be.
You know, I mean, the value is there somewhere.
Right, exactly. And it's being fair and economical in the way that you go about selling the land lot. Yes, looking at it and what it does. and Who is proposing, the whole thing.
Yep.
Yep, no, I think that makes total sense. I think it does have to be fair and equitable to the townspeople as you're looking at, you know, again, not knee jerking, we just want, here's $500,000. It's like, no, land is land, it's worth something.
Those days are gone,
Oh,
you know?
In 10 years, it could be worth a lot of money depending how people do their property.
Yeah.
It's just, you just never know when it's gonna turn something different, or how much someone owns. They could own 60, but maybe they need that last.
Right.
For whatever, you know, it's all a matter of perspective. All right, well, I have,
Thank you for entertaining that.
yeah, that's amazing. So I'm gonna send you guys, the document we've been working on.
Mhm.
And then again, I'm gonna kind of parse out, I'm gonna parse out, and start having kind of a clean copy, you know what I'm saying? For perusing, to hand out to people, and anyone that wants to see the full and the final. Because that was the biggest, I think, pain in the butt, was the charter, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then Lindsay had to take everything out, what we did, so I kind of want to do it in hand, the final document that she would use after it's done.
When do we expect the state to do their smoothing, or not the
They
southern
just
main?
signed everything this week, so they should be starting.
Like,
I don't know when we would be done, that I haven't asked. I can,
Well, I don't mean bugging them, I'm just asking if you knew. Sounds like it's too soon.
Yeah.
To know. Okay.
Which, by the way, I will not be here at the next meeting. If we're meeting, the next meeting I think is supposed to be the 25th, is that? Or no, that's June up there.
I'm not sure.
June, I think it's the 25th.
For July.
Well,
Let me
I mean, it's June on the calendar up there.
July 25th.
Yeah, July 25th should, and I will not be here. I will be away that day. But
Is that the next meeting, the 25th
Yep.
of July?
Yep.
At 6 PM.
Yeah.
If the lock lets you in.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Book.
All right, no, we'll see what's going on when we get closer, and again, I figured I'd wait a week anyways, and I can check in with Southern Maine Planning and just see what their prognosis is of when they think, I understand they're busy, but know their timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
and it
don't owe
might,
them anything, do we?
The town's taking care of that.
No, I mean, we don't have to give them any
No.
information.
No, they have, she asked me for the data that we were given, and I gave her a link to the site, because it's that whole new viewing
It's a whole pile of stuff.
protocol too.
there's
So-
not gonna be a lot for you to do if you don't get that data.
No, there's not a lot for any of us to do until it's ever look at this over and, which.
That's
maybe
not the worst thing that can
Well,
happen.
no, I mean, maybe that's what we do at next meeting. We start looking at this, and maybe we can pull up, hopefully we'll have a projector. We can pull up the maps from the data that we got and kind of look and talk at the same time. I can pull up the cemeteries, I can pull up the watersheds they're showing. So I can get that pulled up and we can look.
Are there any hydrological maps?
Yes,
Really?
there's everything on there. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
it's
there is.
crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, I'll, so
It's
if we next.
literally-
That would be very
It's
helpful.
falling into a black hole.
It is.
Really?
It's painful a bit.
It's crazy.
You
Oh.
could be there for days,
Yeah.
weeks, months. But let's review the map data that they have on there. It's fascinating, but they'll throw it up and look here at the same time. So maybe we just gonna sit and coffee and donuts and do some donuts and donuts at some
Coffee?
maps.
Yes, please.
Sound like a plan for next meeting?
Yeah.
All right, so let's just plan on next meeting will be these maps, the maps that are in the data that's been collected so far. I don't think Southern Maine's gonna have anything for us for maybe another month is my guess. But
Okay.
we can just kind of concentrate on the map and
Yep.
future places for things for Lyman and what we do have on hand for data.
Perfect.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Got a second?
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
All
aye.
right, excellent, thank you, folks. Shut this off. Date.
When does school start again? Coming up in,
August.
It's after Labor Day.
Is
Oh, is it after Labor
this
Day?
year?
You guys are,
Usually it's the week before.
we have 5 days of,
Oh, it's the day after Labor Day. we start.
Oh.